What's up, YouTube? So I am working on a 17 Audi Q7. So much goes into when you're trying to figure out what's wrong with the car, right? So you got a GDI engine. Is it the GDI carbon deposits causing problems? Is it the lack that the customer's never done an induction service, change the air filter, fuel injection? All these things need to go into your diagnostic strategy. You can't just say it's good. I'm going to give you an example. So yesterday we had a lady who swears by Subaru, and Subaru's just doing the shitty job for her, and she's fucking completely brainwashed. So I have a bag of her old parts that she can sniff, smell, frame, and take back to the Subaru dealer and say, why are you not recommending the right maintenance and repairs for my car? Plain and simple. We have a fleet van that we've done multiple catalytic converters on vehicles for. And then we had this one van, I forget what the scenario was, maybe just a converter was bad, I'm not sure, we put a converter on it. It comes back a few months later, has a cat code again. We advise them that the truck needs a tune-up and some repairs. They don't listen. They bring it back. 3 months ago, we put another cat on it. We document that the car needs a tune-up and has a mass airflow sensor code. They don't want to do any of that work, just they think the catalytic converter is going to fix the problem. We get a phone call today and they say, well, I was just at the dealer and getting a bunch of work done, and including the mass airflow sensor, duh, and the converter's bad again. No shit, we told you it was bad. We told you the car needed a tune-up. We told you the car needed a mass airflow sensor. You didn't want to do anything about it, and then now you're wondering why one side of your engine is munching up catalytic converters and the other side still has an original cat on it. No kidding. So he says, well, the dealer didn't say it needs a tune-up. Really? They said that the mass airflow sensor was bad, right? Yeah. 100,000 mile LS fleet vehicle doesn't need a tune-up. Absolutely needs wires and plugs, and a fuel injection service, and a throttle body clean. So we told them we're not warranting the catalytic converter because you're the one who doesn't want to follow why the catalytic converter keeps failing on the driver's side. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. When I tell you you have a problem and then you say, oh, the dealer didn't say, my buddy didn't say, there's no codes, you have no clue what you're doing. And some guys in a dealership have no fucking clue what you're doing. You think you're getting a master tech working on your car every time that you go into the dealership? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So anyway, back to this Audi. The code is po2190. All right, so here's all the diagnostic strategies, all right? And then over here, if you go into this column, it gives you the possible related causes. There is only 2 possible related causes that they list for this code. Oxygen sensor, and check the evap canister regulator, the purge valve. So the purge valve could cause one side of your engine to be rich depending on how it purges the flow of vapors into the intake manifold, meaning it would favor one bank or the other more than the other. So, is there a code for the purge valve? No, there's no codes for the purge valve. You actually have to check it, which we've checked and it's passed. I checked the purge valve the other day and it passed, and then a few days later it's back that it failed. Things that are 10 years old, 100,000 miles, could be okay, could not be okay. They just need to be changed. So in this car here, we're changing the upstream O2 sensor on bank 2, and I'm gonna lubricate the purge valve and see what we get here. And sometimes the little seal inside of there just doesn't seal, and it's just letting fuel vapor in during non-purge, meaning the purge is closed, sealing the gas tank and the intake, and it's still taking hydrocarbon vapors into the engine, which would cause one bank to be rich. But on top of that, it could have a bad high pressure injection pump, leaky injectors, carbon on the valves. All these things can attribute to that same thing, even though it doesn't have a code. These are the things that cause the problem. These are the most likely causes for that, but not always. So if your car's 10 years old and you're chasing issues down, some things work within a specified parameter some of the times. Sometimes your engine light will go on and go off. It's because it's actually working okay now and it satisfies the parameters. And then sometimes it's working outside the parameters. And then sometimes it's working inside the parameters. And then sometimes it's so far outside the parameters, it causes the engine light to come on. Same thing with misfires. Your engine misfires more than you know. If the misfire monitors were that sensitive, you would have a check engine light on all the time. So they detune some of the check engine light parameters to where the engine light flashes for a misfire when it's enough of a misfire to damage the catalytic converter. In most cases, it's enough of a misfire to damage the catalytic converter. But anyway, back to this Audi. So if you're chasing down this code, you got a lot to think about. Air filter, mass airflow sensor, purge valve, high volume injection pump, tons of shit. So we're going for air fuel sensor and lubricate the purge valve. Thanks for watching.